Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you all are new here, my name is Destiny Millionaire, and yes, my middle name is actually Millionaire. And on this platform, I'm teaching financial literacy through mindset development. This week is all about knowing the value and understanding APY and the various types of interest rates of a credit card. Interest rate is the percentage amount charged that is added to the money that you already borrowed. Using money on a credit card is using borrowed money because you have to pay it back. APY stands for annual percentage yield, and it reflects the total amount of interest earned on money within a year. Interest rates falls under APY and is only applied per period, which is usually a month. For example, talking about credit cards here, if I have 3 credit cards, the APY will reflect the interest rate on all 3 of those cards put together, also known as compound interest. But my interest rate will only reflect one of those cards individually because each card may have a different interest rate depending on the banks that you are with for each of those cards. If you are a first-time credit user, you can expect your interest rate to be over the moon. I'm with Discover and I have the student cashback card, and my interest rate is close to 30%, which is absolutely extremely very high. I've had my card for 9 months, and to this day, I have not had to pay a penny in interest. The way I avoid my interest fee is by paying my balance off every single time. I've mentioned this in my rules to having credit card videos, and if you haven't seen that, make sure you go check it out. But interest accumulates daily once you have missed the appointed date that was given to you to pay your bill on time in full. Even if you pay the minimum required balance or the minimum required payment, you still have a balance left over, which give the bank room to add interest to your account. If there's no money there, then they can't add interest. So whenever you can, it is extremely important to pay your balance to 0 every single month, just to make sure you can avoid paying the interest fees. Now that you have an introduction on interest rates and the understanding of APY, annual percentage yield, I want to break down the 2 most important types of interest rates concerning credit cards. There are many types of interest rates in the market, but these are the 2 that I believe that are on the top of the list. The first one is having a fixed interest rate. Just like the title, this means that the interest rate does not change. It is fixed, stays the same. The amount of interest that you start with when you first open an account is the amount of interest that you will end with if you decide to close the account, which I don't recommend closing the account. But if you do decide to close the account, that's the amount of interest that you will end with, or that's the amount of interest that you will have throughout your entire journey. It's also important to know when you do have a fixed interest rate, it's important to open an account when the economy's interest rate is low. Because if you open the account when the economy interest rate is high, then your fixed interest rate is still going to be a high interest rate. But if you wait a while to wait for it to come down, then your fixed interest rate will be a low interest rate. So the timing that you open up your account to have that fixed interest rate is also very important. On the flip side, the second interest rate I wanted to introduce is a variable interest rate. A variable interest rate is when your interest rate adjusts based on the economy. So when the economy goes up, your interest rate goes up. When the economy goes down, your interest rate goes down. It is constantly changing depending on the fluctuation of your surroundings. This is no Michelle Obama moment. When they go low, we go high. No, when they go low, you go lower. This is the interest rate that is most commonly found with credit cards. As I've mentioned before, my interest rate is currently close to 30%. And I do believe it's because I am a first-time credit user. That has a lot to do with it. But also, I haven't even checked into if I have a fixed interest rate or a variable interest rate. But I'm pretty sure it's a variable interest rate. And this is a side note. You always want to make sure that in any circumstance, you can get a fixed interest rate. The fixed interest rate gives you confidence in knowing how much you are spending any time of the year, which leads to better money management, leads to better budgeting, and it leads to having financial freedom because you are paying the exact same amount every single month, every single year, every single period. Yeah. This can go for a car note. This can go for a mortgage. This can go for student loans. Pretty much anything that you have to take out money or get a loan for, make sure that you have the option of getting a fixed interest rate. And I cannot stress this enough. Do your research. It's so important because when you are dealing with these different types of creditors, when you are dealing with different people that's going to give you a loan, they will make it seem like their option is the only option, which that's good marketing. But you are never stuck in one situation. So make sure you do your research and have all of the information and go to different banks, go to different creditors, go to different loan offices. Like, just do your research. You will never know what your options are or what the sources are or what the resources are if you do not take initiative and do it on your own. I hope you found this video helpful. It was nice, short, and sweet. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below if you have any questions. And also if you want to add to any of the information that I have shared with you guys, and share with a friend. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.